Welcome to you once again. This is Astrology, bringing you my tarot series, giving you tarot and patra readings, birth charts, crystals and runes included. Join me on this journey. Dear Trine, you are here at astrology.com, waiting for your reading for the period June 26th to July 9th, 2022. And your first card that we have here is the Nine of Air, which is also called the Nine of Swords. And the topic or the situation that you're currently facing is all about your mental anguish, your worries, your stress. You are burdened. You're at a breaking point. It tells you you are expecting the worst. You have sleepless nights. And the Nine of Swords is known as the dark night of the soul in the tarot world, and it's all about feelings of isolation and loneliness. It's negative. It's like in your deep dark black hole. It's a time when you cannot see solutions to your problems and you lie awake at night in terrible turmoil and anguish. The card suggests that you are like totally ungrounded and too much up in your head. You are overthinking things. You are looking at it and thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking, and you just can't find a solution because you're indecisive about it. You are worried, you are sick, so you can't see the solution. You may be isolating yourself from people because you feel too strained to be around them, but that might be the solution for you. When you share a burden, that pent up feeling and that worry and that anxiety, you need an outlet, you need a release, and release here can be communication, because remember the sword of suits, or the swords in their suits is all about communication, all about how you speak, how you communicate, what methodology you use, what is the vehicle or mechanism that you use to communicate with others. Do you write them? Do you telephone them, email, speak? How do you do your communication? And this is what the Nine of Air is all about too. Yes, you're feeling depressed, you're feeling like if you're in a black hole, but you need to communicate. You need to share your worries with others and ask for help. You might be a very proud person, not used to relying to others, so you might find it difficult to communicate your needs and feelings because you want to be that kind of person who wants to give off the vibe that you don't need anybody or anything, but you do. We are all human. We are not the supreme being. We are human with human feelings, human failings, and we need to understand that we need others. Some need others more than you or I may need them, but we do need others. And speaking about your needs right now is going to help you come out of that black hole, because um, when you talk to someone who is understanding and who really really listens, you may discover that things are not as bad as they are, that you may not be seeing the solution because you are looking at the trees rather than the forest. And that is, yes, it's opposite to what people usually say, but you are looking at the little things, the nitty gritty things, rather than the bigger picture. You are seeing only the forest, and you're not understanding that there are little things that you can look at that will help you step by step along the way. So forget the big picture, but for now, speak to someone. They can help you during the rough times. And yes, it will be hard for someone to probably take away all that grief or pain, but it helps. It eases you, it comforts you during rough times. And remember, the swords suit is all about getting yourself into knots because you are overthinking. Your mental agility here is at warp speed. So you need to slow down a little bit. Think about why you are in the situation you are right now, why you're feeling the way you're feeling, burdened and can't find a solution, and nobody understands you or wants to help you because probably you're not telling them that you need help. And it could just be a simple hearing or listening. It doesn't have to be that you want something physically from them or emotionally. You probably just want their time. And if somebody is willing to give you their time to really listen, for you to vent and pour out your feelings and your needs, you may very well see something different and find a solution. And why are you in this position? You are in this position because you are, the Six of Swords here is telling you that you were progressing but very slowly. You want to go on a vacation, you want to take a journey, you want that mental relief and stability, but you have been very lethargic and slow in understanding yourself and what is the problem. You may be trying to run away from your problems on the basis of out of sight, out of mind. But remember that even though some of the conflict and stress may be caused by others, there is a very good chance that you are your own worst enemy, because you have been procrastinating. You have been taking that journey slowly, you have been making baby steps, but you really haven't changed in how you feel and how you think, because you are there as the silent um, boat captain, as it were. You are steering the boat and you are there silently trying to move through the waters on your own. There are people in the boat with you, but you are not striking up a conversation with them. You must reflect on this and question the role that you play in the ongoing drama in your life. You may be bringing problems from your past into your present and probably into your future. You may have thought that you had dealt with certain issues, but in fact they are still there and they are influencing everything you do, think and feel. They might be slowing down your progress. So this is what is happening. In the Six of Swords, it very much depends on who you identify with in this period of time. Do you identify with the persons who are in you with the boat? Do you feel that they themselves are trapped and don't have a solution for it? Or do you feel that going through this difficult time is for you and you alone, because you are the captain, you are the leader, you are the big hefe? What do you identify with in this period that you can't seek help? Look around you. There may be someone close by who is going through the same ordeal on their own. Don't be afraid to get involved. Sharing commonality, sharing your burden with one another or with somebody else can help you. Don't keep the situation for yourself. um, Ask for help. And usually the figure in the Six of Swords who is steering that boat on that journey is symbolic of a spirit guide or a guardian angel who stays close to you during times of trouble, comforting and guiding you through dark times. And at the end of the day, the dark times are here, so that these cards are telling you that somebody wants to help you, whether it's your spiritual guidance leader, your advisor, whether it's some deity that you look towards in times of need, whether it's some counselor, guru, whoever in your community or whoever in your mind is there to guide you. This card is telling you seek their help. If it is that you have to pray, then do so, because this is what you need to get out of this funk. This is what you need to get out of this state that is probably leading you to depression or to feeling that you are overburdened and you just can't get out of this way. And your character here for this period comes through from the Seven of Wands. And the Seven of Wands, here again, it is all about defending your beliefs and your decisions and standing your grounds, being determined, tenacious, having stamina, holding your own kind of way, maintaining your power and control, refusing to budge, you're resistant. And that is your character that is probably bringing through that Nine of Air present position, because you don't want to seek help. You feel that it will be where probably people will look at you differently, that you want to seek help, so you are weak, that you are somehow in competition with your enemy if you give in to asking for help. But the card here is telling you choose your battles wisely. And right now, the Nine of Air, the situation that you are in, tells you that you cannot be the Seven of fire, or the Seven of Wands, as it were. You cannot be refusing to budge and resisting. You need to give in. You can You can fight off stiff competition, but will that strengthen the position that you're in? You know, if you hold to this position that you are holding on to something because somebody wants to take it from you, that you are defending your position in terms of you don't want people to look at you that you are weak, that you need help, that you are somehow not a leader, somehow, you know, physically or emotionally, mentally, you are not where you really are, then that is not the position for you right now. The position for you right now is that you have to choose your battles wisely. You cannot oppose the challenges all the time. You cannot restrict yourself to standing on your own, being assertive and defiant where you don't want to yield to pressure, because the pressure is the 9 of air, and what led you to it is the 6 of air. You know, and that 7 of wands, that 7 of fire is telling you that your character right now is that you want to be on your guard all the time. You want to have somebody watching your back, but you don't want to make that choice to choose somebody to watch your back. And watching your back is somebody who you can speak to about why you need them to watch your back. So you need to talk to somebody, you know. But and the 7 of wands is telling you, you know, at the end of the day, what you have to give up to gain something and be a person who comes out of this depressive state is worth fighting for. It's valid. So don't be the 7 of wands or 7 of fire right now through your character, you know. And at the end of the day, it's going to be worth it. Trust somebody. Usually the 7 of fire tells you don't trust anybody, you know. Fight for yourself, stand your guard, because enemies are at the gate for you. But being that the situation is the 9 of air and what influenced it is the 6 of air, then the 7 of fire, 7 of wands is not the character that you want to be. It's actually the opposite. And this is what you need to understand. And what is the timing here? The timing comes from the, oh, and this is just reminding you that, you know, the air trine is Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. And the timing comes from the 7 of earth, or the 7 of pentacles. And when we have two sevens together, there are surprises in store, so that you may very well be surprised by results, by profit, by payouts, which is what the 7 of earth or 7 of pentacles is telling you. If you don't become the 7 of fire or the 7 of wands in this period, and you know, those two sevens together tells you surprises are in store. And the timing with pentacles is usually years. So probably by May next year, you would find, you know, that you have come out of this funk, because it's going to take a while for you. The character that you have ingrained in you with the 7 of fire is not a today for tomorrow solution. It is going to take some time. And usually the pentacles tells you it is some time. And we have past May month, so it cannot be this year. It has to be next year, you know. So the 7 of pentacles is telling you, plant the seeds now to understand that you need help, to talk to somebody. You know, there's going to be a temporary, take a temporary pause in action, as it were. You are worrying unnecessarily. So that character that is defending your stance and your resolution and your belief and your decisiveness, relax it a little bit. You know, it is the right way. That is just you, that is your character, but you need to relax it a little bit for you to get out of this. And it's going to take you some time, because that is your character, that is who you are. You are a leader, you are a person who wants to be viewed in a particular way. But the two sevens are telling you surprises and seeds. You have to plant the seeds right now for you to gain that result, that large inheritance. You have to cultivate the seeds right now, so it could thrive, it could flourish, where it can grow into what you want the results and the rewards to be. What is the harvest time for you? You know, the profits and the payouts. So that you have to do it now. And you know, the 7 of earth, and here we have the chariot, which is the outcome. But just a little bit more on the 7 of earth. The 7 of earth is telling you that the road is nearly ending. Success is near. You know, it does not, but the Seven of Earth does not bring success lightly. You know, you have worked extremely hard to get to the stage. So the cards are telling you now, Trine, that you have to work very hard to get to the Chariot, to the outcome. And the outcome here is an important achievement. You know, self-discipline and willpower, public recognition. And those things don't come easily, you know. If it is that you have to have this important achievement, it's self-discipline, but it's self-discipline to understand that you cannot act on your own. You know, you cannot plant those seeds and nurture it and nourish it on your own. Somebody needs you to help. God needs to bring his help in terms of rain or sun. You know, the land is there to till. Are you going to till the land and water it and nurture it yourself? Are you going to try to be in a relationship with someone without sharing? You know, are you going to be a part of a family without helping? What are you going to do on your own? The cards tells you no, it cannot be done on your own starting this period. You need help, and it is going to be baby steps for you. It is going to be baby steps for you, but it is going to give you the reward of the Chariot. And the Chariot is here to take you on that journey. It is here to give you success, to give you control. You know, the Chariot card points to a triumphal feeling of freedom, you know, because the Charioteer is there going through whatever journey he has to go through, and this is the Archangel here, because this Chariot is an external card, so it's beyond your control, you know, so that the outcome is beyond your control. But the cards, the Nine of Air, the Six of Air, Seven of Fire, and Seven of Earth, is showing you a pathway to get the Chariot, you know, because you want to parade through the streets as a hero or heroine, as it were. You know, the card reflects congratulations for high achievement, and it's all about overcoming challenges and gaining victory through maintaining your surroundings. You know, you have to be confident, and you have to use your strength and willpower right now to understand that you have to relax a little bit. And the Chariot's message comes to make you stronger, you know, as you try to achieve the goals that you want to. And the Chariot, the outcome here is telling you, you know, for you to reach here, you have to have focus, determination, and confidence. And the cards are telling you, you know, you have to let go a little bit of that stance, because surprises are in store for you. You are in, you know, the situation, even though you have this great outcome that you can look forward to, you are not seeing it because you are all delving into yourself and worrying too much. You know, you are putting yourself in knots, that you are not seeing the true success. And the Chariot tells you that, you know, you have to change roles. You have to change roles, and all you need to do is go for it. You know, this can include anything, but you have to remain focused. And you know, if you have had any financial obstacles that have stood in the way of your material stability, now can be the time for you to deal with it. You know, and the Chariot gives you that motivation to conquer those challenges, so that conquer the challenges of not sharing, of feeling depressed, of understanding that you need to speak, you need to communicate, and you'll be able to feel comfortable with your situation, whether it's your relationship, your career, your finances, whatever it is. Share a little. Don't be isolated, or don't isolate yourself. Bhagwan's blessings has once again allowed me to bring another video to you on the air trine, and I ask that you share, you sign up, and you subscribe. I always ask that you stay safe, healthy, and happy until we meet again. This is usually my ending for my videos, but you know, I always like to mix things up at Zidam Astrology. And after this slide, you will find a tutorial on the concept of the trine, which I am utilizing for these horoscopes of the zodiac for you on Zidam Astrology on my YouTube channel. So if you wish to have further information on why I use the concept of the trine and what the trine is all about, then you can continue on with this video. Thank you so much, and once again I remind you, share, sign up and subscribe. Okay, this is your tutorial. As I mentioned to you in this video, that I'm going to leave a tutorial so that you can see why I have formulated the trine concept to read horoscopes at Zedam Astrology rather than read individual signs from Aries to Pisces for you. And I've found in my research and in my reading and from my teachings that there are commonalities between the tarot and the Kundali, which is your birth chart in Vedic astrology. So that these are the commonalities that have aligned together, that have created a method that will utilize the tarot and Vedic astrology to read and analyze for you in the trine concept. And this is a Kundali or birth chart taken randomly on somebody born on April 21st, 2022 at 6 a.m. And this person's birth chart or natal placements are here for you to see that these are the placement. This is the fate of this person. This is the ascendant or lagna, as we say in Vedic astrology, where we say this is the first house of the 12 houses in the zodiac sign. So wherever the ascendant or lagna falls is where we denote in Vedic astrology your first house. And in this particular chart we go clockwise from Aries to Pisces so that we'll know where your first to 12th house falls. So your first house is Aries, your 12th house will be Jupiter. And each house in Vedic astrology denotes something. It denotes your wealth, your family, your siblings, your relatives, your children, your marriage, your father, your mother, your work, your career, your community, your luck, your spirituality, your illnesses, whether it's chronic or routine, you know, how you will earn your money, how you will lose your money, a multiplicity of things. And each of these houses has its significations that we read for you in Vedic astrology. So this is your natal chart. This is your fate. You cannot change the positioning of these planets in your Kundali, because this is the placement of the planets when you were born, the time you were born, and the place you were born. However, you cannot change fate, but you can change destiny. And destiny comes from the transit of the planets, because each of these planets, they move from one sign to the next during particular periods. And you can change your destiny through your freedom of expression and will, through your ambition, through your courage, so that you can change destiny. You can't change fate. And the transit of planets will give you a chance to change your destiny. And transits, planets move, as we see here, Saturn every 2.5 years, and so on and so forth. This is how planets move from one sign to the next. Neptune takes 14 years to move from one sign to the next. Mercury takes 1 month. Sun takes 1 month. And you will see these are the 12 planets that I deal with at Zedam Astrology, so that they are the ones that I look at and how they move. And every placement of a planet in a particular sign says something, does something, has an aspect on your natal planet, and it throws out potential or a pathway for you to understand what can be happening. You know, it is the natal chart is a map of what the sky was like on the day for us to know ourselves and to better understand the types of energy we have available for each moment and situation in life. And because of the transits where destiny can be changed, we can say that this placement is not decisive, but it shows options and it marks pathways in which we can utilize to make choices during our lifetime. And then we have the source code of astrology, and that FEAW is basically fire, earth, air, and water. Those are the trines that I look at, and the 4 elements are the source code of astrology, and they are the blueprint of your soul. You know, you become the architect of your destiny by using this blueprint of our soul. And the blueprint of our soul, one of the trines that I use, because it's the foundation, you know, one of the trines that I use is the Dharma Trikona. And the Dharma trine tells you that, you know, this is the trine that keeps us on the soul's mission, the accumulated merit and the manifestation of past karma. And this 159 denotes the houses 1, 5, and 9. And as you see, we have fire, earth, air, and water trines. So this is the source code of astrology. And tradition holds that religious duty, or dharma, is the primary aim of human life, since it is the foundation which you develop your wisdom and your discretion to pursue wealth, which is artha, which is another trine, happiness, karma, which is a third trine, and we pursue these wealth and happiness from the wisdom we get from dharma, so that we will not compromise our chances of liberation, which is moksha, which is the fourth trine. But I use the first trine because it is the foundation, it is the primary aim of your birth on this earth. And Hinduism describes the Dharma trine as the natural universal laws whose observance enables us to be contented and happy and to save ourselves from degradation and suffering. So that dharma is the moral law combined with spiritual discipline that guides our life. You know, and this is what the dharma trine is. And I'm just going to pull up another version of the zodiac circle, the 12 signs, and I'll just give you an example, so that this random Kundali or birth chart gives you Aries as the ascendant. And with Aries as the ascendant, that will be the first house. The first house will be Aries, the fifth house will be Leo, and the ninth house will be Sagittarius. And this is the trine. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius is the fire trine. And with the fire trine, even if your first bhava is Leo, then Leo will be your first house, Sagittarius will be your fifth, and Aries will be your ninth. You will still remain in that trine if your ascendant moves from Aries to Leo or Sagittarius. And remember, your ascendant moves every 2.5 hours every day from one zodiac sign to the next in Vedic astrology. And then we have the earth trine, and the earth trine can begin with Taurus. And if it begins with Taurus, then you would have as your fifth house, you will have Virgo. As your ninth house, you will have Capricorn. And this is your earth trine. Then your air trine will be Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. That is your air trine. And obviously your water trine will then be Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, so that all your signs are taken care of there, as you see. So these are the trines. And why I do the horoscope in trines is because Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, when one is activated, each of these are activated because they are in a trine. They are in a dharma trine, a dharma, where your duty, where your vision, where your wisdom are all created for you to understand that first house is you are born, then fifth house is your children, and the ninth house is your father. So you get the circle of evolution. Your father produces you with your mother. Your mother helps you throughout your life. When you are an adult, then you produce children. And that is where you get this circle of evolution, so that the dharma trine here is what connects each of these 3 signs in the zodiac. And then we have the tarot deck, and the tarot deck as we know it has wands, pentacles, swords, and cups. And you will see that the wands is with fire, the pentacles is earth, and swords are air, and cups are water. So that here now we have the commonality between the tarot deck and the zodiac or astrology, the source code of astrology. So that this is what I find with the commonalities. There are so many other things that I can speak about, but this is the basic. This is the basic. And if we have to talk about, a tarot spread, that my go-to tarot spread is the Tetractys. And the Tetractys tarot spread comes from that Greek philosopher Pythagoras, who threw out for us the Pythagoras theorem. And he can be viewed as a Vedic Brahmin, because 3 of the things he did or believed in was that he wore white exclusively, he was a vegetarian, and he believed in reincarnation. And his theorem existed in the Sanskrit texts in India. So that there we have the commonality again. And then even so, the tarot deck, the fire is clubs, pentacles is diamonds, swords is aligned to spades, and cups is aligned to hearts. So this is where we get the commonalities. This is where I can utilize a union of tarot and Vedic astrology to bring you a complex issue, but a different take on reading your birth chart, because you cannot live by yourself, you weren't born by yourself, and you can't grow up by yourself. There is a community, and that community brings the trine, so that you feel comfortable if you are in the fire trine with people from Leo and Sagittarius if you were born in Aries. Likewise, it goes so for the other trines. So this is my research, this is my method that I use, and I hope I was clear, complete, and concise. I ask that you share, sign up, and subscribe, review my videos, look at my transit series, and I will join you next time. Thank you so much.